All right. Give everybody a minute to come back in. Tried to go live from Facebook or from YouTube, and that did not work very well. And hopefully I'm not staticky. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He's getting horns, guys. Is that better? Okay, I'm not doing YouTube live again. I'm just going to go through StreamYard. Hello, Heather. Hello, Tracy. Tracy, thank you. Freeman's getting his little horns. He's so cute. Good morning, Petway. All right, we'll try this better. Gary just left. He had to go to work while I was trying to get stuff switched over. So I'm going to finish chores. I'm going to kind of leave you guys a little bit. Good morning, Freeman. I'm going to kind of leave you guys a little bit in places just kind of to watch me because I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I appreciate y'all coming in. And I've got to clean out the pen. Yuck, 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 yuck. This is the pen we keep Freedom in at night, and Freeman is in there all the time, but he gets lots of hay and feed. And as you can tell, he is not going hungry. He's a little escape artist, I will tell you the truth. He just is constantly finding a way out of there. And I know how he's getting out, but he doesn't know how he's getting out. It just happens to, he'll lay down and then he'll stand up on the other side. But yeah. So I'm going to get his feed real quick. So he likes his oats and feed. All right. All right. Is it still working, you guys? Yep. It says I'm still live. Got one person in here. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go get Freedom hers. There's a cat who's decided he thinks he needs to just hang out up there. That is Marshall Dillon, y'all. I had a cat named Miss Kitty. Friend brought me 2 cats, and we only saw one for the longest time, and it was a real pretty little gray and white. Good, thank you, Petway. And anyway, he showed up. We knew he was here, we just couldn't see him. And so now Hannah's got him all tame, and he's a beautiful cat. He's ornery, but he's a beautiful cat. And I'll see if I can get this, guys. One of our hens that went into isolation because she was eating eggs. She went to chicken jail. When we let everybody free range, we decided to let her out and let her just take her chances. Well, the other hens came in and sat and laid eggs on her nest. And she ate some of the eggs, but one egg, she hatched out. See if you can see him. There's a little baby in there. He went behind the box. Hang on. Let's see if we can get him out of there. Get back, cat. So we're keeping him in there. We don't want Marshall to eat him, but he's, I don't know if you can see him running back and forth between the cages. Let me see. Let me drop the camera down. He's just so cute. He's a doll. Oh, she's not going to let us see him. Okay. So those are the chickens in chicken jail, and I got some more in chicken jail. Most of these chickens are in chicken jail for eating eggs, and I got to do something with them. I'm going to give you an update on the ducks, which they're making a mess out of their food. We still have 2 ducks. They're getting ready to go into their big pen. I got to get them a big pen ready. That's on my list today to do, and get them in a big pen. But look how beautiful he is. He's got blue on his wings. He's absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got the white one. But they're not all, this one for sure is a male because of the colors. But I'm not sure about the white one. We're going to have to wait till it gets more mature and we see if we see a definite curl. So, I don't know, y'all. I've got too many chickens and I'm not getting enough eggs, and I've got egg eaters still. So even though I've been catching egg eaters, I've got a whole lot more. So I'm just slowly weeding out the egg eaters. And part of why they're in chicken jail is so I can see if they're laying and then they eat their own eggs. I know that's crazy. And they get fed and watered, so they're not going hungry by any means. That's not why they're eating their eggs. So, oh, I got a hair in mine. But anyway, I got to get Freedom's food, and then we'll go feed her. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I guess I'll take the wagon. So we got to get her feed, we got to get her pan, and we got to get her hay. So let's go get the wagon. That'll be a way to get get everything we need. It's with the wagon. Handy dandy wagon. That was a Christmas present. Several years ago, Gary bought me this wagon, and it has come in so handy. So handy. Oops, sorry guys, I got the feet hung up. I'm going to have to shorten the feet on my camera, and I got to remember where the sun is. I'm down here, shortening the feet on my camera. Okay, let's try that. See if I can keep you out of the sun. Freedom's hollering at me because I haven't brought her feed. She thinks she's going to starve to death out there on the pasture with all that grass, you know. We've been feeding her twice a day. And so she gets a mixture of oats, and a beef pellet. She gets that twice a day. She gets a bucket full. This bucket full twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening when we feed her. Or, yeah, is when we feed her. We milk her in the evening. Yes, I think what we're going to do with them, yeah, wagon train. Hey, be right back. Petway says, okay. He saw him, he's cute. Yes, I think what we're going to do with them is skin them and can them. I think that's what's going to happen to them. Either that or I'll just use them for bone broth. I can't do the black one, of course, because she's got her baby to take care of. But, okay, let's see. I need my hay next. And just so you know, chores don't normally take this long. Hey, Nunya on the back 20. We're doing chores this morning, and I'm taking y'all along. So I'm almost at 1,950 hours. So almost halfway, y'all. Thank you. I have my 1,000 subscribers, although I've been losing a bunch lately, and that's okay. YouTube does a purge every now and then, and you lose some of your non-active members, viewers, and that's okay. That's okay. So Gary normally does these chores in the morning, and then I'll help him in the evening, and we milk in the evening. But he's got a job that's about an hour away, so he's been going to do that job, and then I've been doing chores in the morning. He did start to water the calves and check the calves as we're dealing with pink eye with the meat calves, and it's looking like we're going to have to round them up and give them all a shot tonight. So Freedom thinks she's starving. See, she never gets fed, poor girl. At least that's what she thinks. We did mow the garden, the big garden, and the grass has grown back up. She's in there. She can get a hold of it. She has mowed down this area pretty good. But since it's electric fence, we can move it. And she's got different places where she gets grass. But she's just not gaining her weight back from being sick. And so we are trying to feed her twice a day. We upped her rations, bought her a higher protein, higher fat beef pellet. And the oats should put plenty of weight on her as well. And then I give her 2 flakes of alfalfa hay a day. And she's gaining. It's just slow. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if she's gaining or not since I'm with her all the time. So, hi Willis, I missed you coming in. And yeah, I think I've got everybody. Hey Nanya. Well, I'm going to take the wagon and head back. Looks like I need to fill her water bucket. Yeah, it's about halfway full. I think I'm going to be lazy and drag the water hose. Because I'm going to have to drag the water hose for the... No, it takes too long to get the water hose. I'll just do buckets. She'll only need a bucket or two. And then when she goes for... When it's really hot like this at noon, around noon, Hannah and I come check everybody. If I don't do it, Hannah does. Sometimes we do it together. Just to make sure everybody's got water. So we don't want anybody to go without water. And guys, the swimming pool is working great. We got a 4-inch rain the other day, and it was down to here. We got a 4-inch rain. It filled it all the way up, and it was overflowing. Oh, you would know it. I'd pick the bucket with a hole in it. Why is that bucket even out here? I guess that's why it's left here. I picked the bucket with a hole in it. I guess that's why it got left here. Usually there's a string of buckets here for water. And they got left out last night. Strung out last night. So I'll go get some more buckets. Hey, MB. Mike, how you doing, buddy? I'm not going to add sweet corn. She doesn't do as well on sweet corn. I'm not sure why. We've discussed soybean oil. So we have a friend that has a degree in all of that. In animal husbandry, I guess you'd call it. And I can't remember what the name of his, some kind of ag science degree. And in beef, and and it's primarily in beef and goats. And so we discuss a lot with him. And then I don't know if y'all know, Gary used to raise and show a lot of animals in 4-H. And so I'm going to haul water in my wagon. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, think smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. Something like that. I got to get the clean water buckets. Ooh, spin around, guys. Hope you don't get seasick. Anyway, Gary used to show animals, so he knows a little bit, but you know, that's been almost 30 years ago now. And so things change a lot, so you discuss with the people that know, right? Or at least you hope they do. Fun times finding a spot to set the camera. I like it better when the legs are longer. It seems like you guys get to see more. So let's try that. Let's try that. All right, you can watch me get water. Those of y'all that may not know, it's a pain in the butt to drag a 200-foot water hose. I'd rather carry buckets or drag them in a wagon, which is what I'm going to do today. I know I'll lose some water dragging them, but it'll be all right. So the calves in the pasture, which we'll get a look at them here in just a second. Gary just watered them and checked on them. We've been battling pink eye in them. And so he's put some medicine in their feed. You know, they're not going to, they got a long time, a year probably, before they're going to be processed for meat. And they probably will be sold before then. I'm almost assured that they will be sold as stockers before then, because 18 months is a long time to invest in some calves. But anyway, let's see. I know I'm trying to do this without the sun, but as you can see, if you can see them behind me back there. So we are at 4 out of 7 that have pink eye now. Gary said that Frosty was starting pink eye. And so he's been putting some aeromycin in their feed, and which they don't normally get fed this time of year because they have so much pasture and grass. He's been putting aeromycin in the feed. We have gathered them up and put LA300 in their eye, actually squirted it in their eye, which has helped a lot. And no, Heather, the pink eye is not related to the spraying. It's kind of bacterial, and it's carried by the flies a lot of times. Sometimes it can be caused by weeds in the pasture. You know, when they go down to get a bite to eat and a weed poking them in the eye, they can get an infection that way. It's an actual bacterial infection. And I think we got to check and see if the 3 calves from Stewart Farms have been vaccinated for blackleg or not. You can now get a vaccine for blackleg and pink eye all in one. And I think that's what we're going to do with these calves. Blackleg can be a big, huge deal, guys. I am not an anti-vaxxer, but I am a let's do tried and true vaxxers. Does that make sense? So I am not going to bash anybody for vaccinating or not vaccinating. That's not my deal. That's everybody's own decision to make. Our personal belief is our best care for our animals is to vaccinate them for certain things. And since these are pretty much production, commercial production, there we go. I had the, sorry guys, ADD moment. These calves are for meat production, and they're going to be eventually go to a commercial meat producer, probably. So we'll raise them up to a certain weight, and then they'll go to the sale barn. So pink eye is carried by the flies, so we have to watch Freedom and Freeman for the pink eye as well, because even though they're not in the pasture with these guys, because I don't know if you can see it, there's a fence between Freedom's pasture here where I'm at and those little guys. But and Howdy's looking at me. She's like, "What are you doing, Mama?" Howdy is still wild and crazy as she ever was. And Gertrude's the big black one, and then Frosty's right here beside Gertrude. And then Howdy's on the other side. Or no, that's Julene. Julene's on the other side. Gertrude and Howdy I can pet and handle. I can go out into the pasture and pet. They'll come to me and I can pet them and handle them. But Howdy still will not come up to me. I don't know what her deal is. It's like she forgot me. But, you know, she never tamed down like most bottle calves do. And that's one reason why she's not staying and becoming a herd animal. I really want to keep Gertrude, but we'll just have to see what comes. You know, it depends on, a lot of times, if we need the money at the time that it's time to sell calves. I mean, that's the honest truth. That's part of what this is about. And since if we did want to keep her as a mama cow, we would have to rent more pasture than we already rent. You know, that's got to be a consideration as well. But no, the pink eye is bacterial, and it's highly contagious, and the flies carry it. We try to do fly control in various ways. The beef cattle get a mineral with garlic in it that is for fly control. The chickens run loose, and that's part of our fly control. But let's face it, you know, there are close to 500 cattle around me, maybe more, in the mile sections around me. And the flies are flies, you know, they're going to live in that poop, and I can't control what's around me, you know, the pastures around me. All right, Willis. So I just do what I can do here on this little place, which is we can feed them, you know, the mineral with the garlic in it, which they love. I'm not going to give it to Freedom because I don't want my milk tasting like garlic, and that's what would happen. And look at Gertrude. Gertrude says, "Mama, I see you." Gertrude's back there rubbing the fence post. She can hear me talking, so she's seeing what's up. Anyway, I'm going to get this water filled up and keep moving because I still got stuff to do. Okay. All right, 2 buckets of water later, and Freedom has plenty of water to get her through till midday, and we'll check her and bring her some more water. But Gertrude's eye is already looking better. And one of the black calves from Stewart Farms has pink eye. Gertrude has pink eye. Howdy had pink eye. And Frosty. That's our 4. So we'll gather everybody up tonight and give them a shot of LA 300 and get them all on the mend, and then we'll check into the vaccine for blackleg. I know our 4 calves have not had a blackleg vaccine. Well, Julene might have. We'll have to check with John, who we bought her from, and see if Julene had a blackleg shot. And she doesn't seem, I don't think Julene has pink eye, so it's possible that she had a pink eye shot with her, or a blackleg shot with the pink eye in it. And that just is kind of crazy to me that they can vaccinate against certain bacteria, but I guess That's really what's going on whenever we get vaccinated for certain things too. Um, Vaccinated for certain viruses and bacterias. But I guess it just builds your immunity. But no, Petway, they claim it doesn't. There's no withdrawal on the mineral, because the mineral is natural. It's all natural vitamins and minerals, and it doesn't have any medication in it. It just has the garlic, and we've fed them all the way up to butcher, and you can't taste the garlic and stuff. Black leg is a disease that cattle get, and it affects so basically their leg rots off, their hoof and leg rot, their hoof up to the bottom of it. It's really bad. It's really gross. It's sad. It's pitiful to watch. So almost everybody vaccinates for black leg. And it'll never be eradicated, but most people do vaccinate for it. It seems like on wetter years it's more likely. That's been what I've seen in my years growing up. We have personally never had a cow with black leg in all the years that we've had cattle, which isn't that many compared to some people. But everybody's got a little bit of a cough, which it could be the dust. So we're just going to gather everybody up. And cattle sometimes get something crosswise. But we're going to gather everybody up and give them a shot and see if we can get them on the mend. And the ragweed is starting to pollinate, so that really is hard on them too. Because they can have allergies just like we do. Me and my wagon. All right. I'm going to go check on the pigs. I think Gary said he fed them. It looks like they're eating. They're not hollering at me. But I'm going to go check their water and make sure. Leave my wagon up here by the water tank. Because I think he said all he had left was water and chickens, and the chickens in jail. Yeah, pigs are eating. They've got water. So we're good there. But I'll show you guys the pigs, see how they're doing. They're doing great. We've got to get them separated and the boars cut. I only have 3 boars to cut, and they're getting pretty big. Time. There's just not enough of us and not enough time to get stuff done, seems like. Oh, yeah. Yep. Gary's already made them mud holes for today. They've eaten. Mama's taking a nap. If they hadn't eaten, they'd all be squealing and hollering at me. So we're looking good. The piggies are growing like great gruns. They'll be ready at Christmas time. That's when their processing date is Christmas Eve. So they'll go to the processor Christmas Eve, and we'll get them back sometime after the first of the year. But yeah, that's where we're at today on the homestead. I still got to go up and water those chickens. It normally doesn't take me this long to do chores, guys. I just wanted to bring y'all along today, and so I'm taking a little extra time with everybody. And oh, I got to show you guys the garden. This is exciting. So we did an experiment with the little garden and showed you guys the video of us cleaning it out to get ready to plant. But first, I'm going to stop at my peppers and stuff that we put in the pots. But as you can see behind me, we got it ready to plant, and we did get some stuff planted in it. See if I can get through the gate with this camera. Okay, you guys are going to go up and over. See if I can get my camera angled. far enough down. I've got peppers and tomatoes in this. Look at that Anaheim pepper. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is so big. And there's another pepper on that has a bug bite. I'll have to pick it. There's peppers all over these pepper plants, and there's a little tomato plant growing. I'm kind of disappointed. Those are supposed to be jalapenos, but they're clearly Anaheims. And then here's some more Anaheims. Now this one might be a jalapeno. Maybe I got, that says Anaheim. I think the pepper things got mixed up. But check out the eggplants. See if you can see them. There's an eggplant here on this plant. Back here, this one's got a real big one. If you can see that or not. But it's as big as my hand growing. So that's the exciting thing about the garden, stuff growing. But even more exciting, we have green beans sprouting. I don't know if you can see them. Green beans are starting to sprout. That 4-inch rain really got them going. And wonderful of wonderful, their second set of leaves do not have leaf curl. That means we are good to go with a garden here, which is good because we have cucumbers and squash sprouting already. See that yellow squash sprouting? Super exciting. Super exciting. So you guys got a little bit of a sneak peek. Yeah, hey, Rachel. So the pepper, oh, did it freeze up on y'all? It froze up on my end. Hopefully it didn't freeze up on y'all. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. It's froze up on my end, but maybe it'll come back and around. Oh, it's not frozen on y'all's end. Okay, thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Rachel. Okay, here we go. There it is. I don't know what happened, Rachel, but it like froze on my end. Now I've got a double. I've got two. Let's see if I can get that one out. Okay. So anyway, thanks, Rachel, for texting me because I was like, oh my gosh, it's frozen. It was completely frozen on my end. Now I forgot what I was doing. The day in the life of a person with ADD. It's not fun because you forget where you're going. You forget what you were talking about because the littlest thing distracts you. So, pigs are fed and watered. So it looks like I have chickens left. That's what I have left. I'm going to move my wagon closer to the water so that when Hannah and I get ready to water this afternoon, it'll be there. Cool. All right. Tomato. Yeah, I had tomatoes. Oh, I'm frozen sideways, but y'all can hear me. Okay. Okay, let's see. It says exit solo layout, Rachel. I don't know what that means. Huh. Okay, I'm not frozen anymore. Okay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys can see everything. And thank goodness. Oh, I missed that one. I'm golden. Okay, thanks, Rachel. Rachel can text me and it'll pop up on the screen and tell me what's going on. Freeman's still looking at me. Got to get the chickens watered. Okay, these guys have been fed and watered. These guys haven't. The ones in isolation. This is their last day. So let's thank the Lord for these chickens. This is their last day. So all they're going to get is water because tonight will be their end. So they will be meat tomorrow. I'll cook them down and make chicken and noodles probably. Actually, they'll be skinned and I'll pressure cook their carcasses and can the meat because that's the best way to handle chickens. Can you hear his little moo? He's going through adolescence. His moo is changing. Does anybody else experience the I forgot how to do it whenever people are watching them? I've been having that problem today. Forget what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So it looks like everybody's took care of. Chores are done for feeding animals and watering animals type deal. Now is to go in and make some more yogurt. It's soap making day. And when I get the soap made and cleaned up, then I need to make jam. I've sold almost all of my strawberry rhubarb and all my cherry rhubarb. I have sold all of my cherry rhubarb. It's all gone. Jam. It's all gone. So I've got to make more strawberry rhubarb jam and more cherry rhubarb jam. I have 2 of the little 4-ounce cherry rhubarbs left. So it's jamming. Time to be jamming. Yes, Freeman's growing. He's starting to look a little bully. Starting to look a little bully, and he didn't eat his feed fast enough. Some chickens are raiding his feed. He's got plenty of hay he can eat on. Yeah, he's growing up, and he's got to where he won't hardly let me halter him. So that's probably something I ought to be working on today, but I don't have time. So it's going to have to wait for another day. But we have lots of young chickens running around, several roosters that they'll end up being in the stew pot. Yeah, him so big. He is. He's bigger than Frosty and Howdy. But I think that's the I better. He's going to the bathroom, so I better cover up. But anyway, he is bigger than Frosty and Howdy, and you know they're a couple months older than him. They were born in the polar vortex in February, and he was born the first part of June. So yeah, he's getting big. But that's the difference between him being on his mama's milk and them getting milk replacer and stuff. So it's just not quite as good. And they were too old by the time she had him to try to put them back on. We'd already weaned them and everything to try to put them on her to see if she could take them. But yeah. Oh, I forgot. I got to scoop poop. Y'all want to watch me scoop poop? I got to scoop poop. I may try to put his halter on him. Get ready. It may be a rodeo. We'll see. We'll see how he does. doesn't want to come to me because I got the rope. No, we're not going to bully boy. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Freeman. Now, we're not going to bully boy. Come here. See, that wasn't so bad. I don't know what your problem is. Oh. Come here. Come here. Yay! Yes, street wrestling. That's the one, yes. So anyway, he had been doing really good. Like he would come up to the fence and I could slip it on him from the flint. See you later, Mike. Be careful of those flash floods. Anyway, usually he would come up to the fence and I could slip the halter on him through the fence, like I attempted to do the first time. And that didn't work. But he's really good about once he gets the halter on him, he stops. So it's just getting him fooled into getting it on. And that's my fault. I'm not working with him enough. And anyway, so now I got to scoop poop. I don't know if y'all want to hang out for that or not. But yeah, I'm going to scoop some poop. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of poop scooping today. That's just how that goes. Some days there's more, some days there's less. Today it's going to the chickens. So all Freedom's poop from the and Freeman's poop from the jail, as poor Freeman thinks it is, goes to either the little spotty hog or to the chickens. It's a good way to use it, good way to keep the flies down. And yeah, I'm not going to leave him tied up very long. Just a little while so he can remember, which he does. He's remembering, as you guys can see. He let me handle him really good and when he got the rope all wrapped around his leg, let me get that off of him. And now he's going to think he can chew his way out. He's trying to chew on his lead rope and try to get out. Typically when I halter him, I'll take him on a walk. I don't have time for that today, but I did want to get the halter on him, see if I could for one. And hello, Coffee Angel. Yeah, so Miss Lynette, correct? I'm trying to remember names, y'all. I'm working on it. So I'm going to shut the gate and take his halter off of him. Good. Good boy. Good boy. He did good. It took me a minute to catch him on my little booger. I wonder if I could just go put it right back on him now with him standing there. Curiosity of curiosities. He's going to try to eat the handle. Calves are like babies. Everything is with their mouth. Is it chilly up there? Wild edibles? Yeah, Ed, I can't remember my name half the time. Half days, I can't remember mine. See, I can't even speak. Nope, he ain't having it. I could go wrestle him down again. But I had him trained where I could put it on through the gate, but not anymore. I quit working with him for a couple weeks, and so now I got to start again. He's growing. I'm so excited. Freedom is putting on weight. I don't know if you guys could tell when we went and looked at her, but she is putting on weight. I don't know. She is a Jersey, and she is giving 6 to 7. Now her milk production is up to 6 to 7 gallons. Wild. Just call you Wild. Okay. We'll call you Wild. Yep, that's Mr. Freeman. And he will be looking for a home if anybody needs a Jersey bull for their herd. Yep, he's purty. He's purty. But he's not old enough to leave his mama yet. I haven't registered him, but both of his parents are registered. And I can never remember his dad's name. It's something like Firecracker or Fireworks or something. Something like that. But something to do with the 4th of July. Which is crazy because Freedom, with Freedom having her name is Freedom. Mama Cat's coming up. I don't think you ever got to see her. She stayed close to me. All right. Well, guys, I've been live an hour on this stream, and I was 51 minutes, and I was live on the other one for a few minutes. I guess I better get in and get my work done, huh? Y'all don't want to go with me and make soap or yogurt or anything like that, do ya? and see my messy, dirty house. That's another thing on my list today is get my house cleaned up. I got a long list today. And I've taken my sweet time doing chores. It usually only takes about 20 minutes, and it's taken me an hour and 20 minutes because I threw in extra stuff like trying to get Freeman handled. Oh, yeah. Lynette says, yes, take us. Let's go. We don't care about your dirty house. Yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, I don't know. I think I told Gary, I said I tried to do too much in too little of a space, I think. And I was like, how do some people do it? I see several YouTubers or several of us. 10 degrees in the morning, Celsius. It's under 70 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to remember I don't have my conversion chart with me, and I can't remember how to convert it. I think your 0 is 32 degrees for us Fahrenheit. So I think that's like in the 40s, maybe 50s. That's cold. I know. Sorry, I'm scrolling back up through the chat. Ontario. So are you wild? Are you in? Yes, fresh milk is amazing. I've got more than I can handle. So us upping Freedom's feed has actually, it's putting weight on her slowly, but it's also upping her milk production because that's just the nature of dairy cows. So she is upped, and plus Freeman is growing up, and the way we're calf sharing, that also makes it more likely for her to produce more milk because he's like almost on full demand all night long, you know. But he's old enough, he gets feed and hay, so he's not that hungry. He just thinks he is. So we are getting now 3.5 to 4 gallons a day, and we milk her. She's off of him for 12 hours. So we put her out at 7 o'clock in the morning our time. We bring her up at 7 o'clock our time and milk her, and we're getting 3.5 to 4 gallons of milk a day. So if you're close to me and you want some milk, come get some milk. I'm selling some milk. It's not it's not selling great guns like before. Before I couldn't keep up with how much she wasn't making as much milk because she was on the end of her milking cycle. But now she is making all kinds of milk after she's had Freeman. And yeah, I got milk coming out my nose. Last night we just milked into buckets and put it into the hog feed, which is, it's not getting wasted. Ed, you're in North Carolina? Dude, you were just in like Arkansas the other day. Good night. And it's barely raining. We ain't getting no rain, but we are getting garden to sprout. I'm so excited. So I've got to get some more garden plant. My list is never ending. I think it's never ending, but I'm not going to get overwhelmed. I'm going to do what I can do today and get done what I can get done. So I'm going to go feed this manure to the chickens. I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see me cart it into the chicken yard. Got to put this up so I'll know where it's at. So I feel like I should explain why we feed the manure to the chickens and the pig. For one, it cuts down on the flies. if the manure sits, the flies lay eggs in there, and then there's larvae, and then you get more flies, right? So if you put it in with the pig, she picks up any of the grain that's in the manure, the hay that's in the fork of manure, because I always pick up hay when I pick up manure. Helps keep the mud down in her pen, but she's got to have some mud because we know the flies need moisture to lay. So that helps in reduction of flies in that way by adding organic matter into her pen to soak up the excess water, moisture, I guess we would call it. And then the chickens, they get to pick through the hay, pick through her manure, and it adds carbon on for them as well. Keep down the smell in the chicken house when it rains, which it's not raining. And they pick through, and there's no larvae growing in that manure. So that really helps with the flies. And then plus the chickens being free range, except for the ones that are in jail. The egg eaters that are in jail. And somebody's just laid an egg. I probably ought to go check for egg eaters because they like to hang out on the roost. And when they lay and give their little song that they've laid an egg, they'll come swooping in and break the egg open and eat it. So we'll see. See if any of these gals. So are y'all waiting in line or are you eating eggs? A mean mama in there. I don't know if you guys could see that barred rock up there in the corner that is trying to peck the crap out of me. She's got her head poked out there. She's hollering. Golden Comet Cross chickens is hollering, but she don't have no egg in there. They must have been fighting over what nest they're going to lay in today. I don't know. But there's not any signs of an egg getting eaten, so I'm going to leave them be. Let them lay their eggs in private. See ya, Rachel. Love ya. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to end my live. It's right at an hour almost. And thank you guys for coming in with me and helping me get my watch hours. That's how come I'm doing the spontaneous lives, trying to get my watch hours up. Thanks for coming along doing chores with me. And thanks for coming along seeing all the work. Listening to me complain about all the work I got to do today. And I'm going to get after it. I may do some filming. I think I'll film making yogurt, but I'll put that up on the channel next week probably, or towards the end of this week. I already have a cheese making video for this week, so probably put the yogurt up next week. I need to do I got some garden updates I need to edit and get up. I've got lots of editing to do today. Just trying to get things done. There's never an end of work on the homestead. Poor Gary, he's like, I gotta work, we gotta pay bills. It's kind of a vicious cycle. You work to pay bills so that you can not have bills. Oh, yeah, I don't know. You can go back and watch Miss Lynette. But anyway, this year was supposed to be the year that he got to quit one of his full-time jobs or one of his part-time jobs and just farm with me. But we did pretty good in lockdown last year. But, you know, the gardens got sprayed. Wiped out our nut harvest, wiped out our fruit harvest, wiped out our gardens. So that income's lost. And we're still waiting on a settlement from the spray company. If we get one, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. And they were kind of balked at our last estimate because a lot of our trees have died, our nut trees and fruit trees. And they're putting on suckers from the roots, which means the tree is dead. So we had an arborist come out and give us an estimate because they're bulking at the price we gave them for those trees. And so we're going to submit that estimate to them and say, see, you know, I don't think we're asking too much. I don't think we're asking enough, actually. But not for wiping out our whole homestead. No, I don't think I'm asking too much at all. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And it'll work out or it won't. It's going to work out one way or the other. And I'm just going to trust the Lord and know that He is faithful and He is providing for us. He is continuing to provide for us through friends and family and lots of neighbors and everybody. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about provision. We're going to eat and we're going to be just fine. Bills are all getting paid. Everything's getting paid. We're still producing through stuff that's in the freezer, like the jam that I'm going to make today will be rhubarb that I froze from earlier in the year, and I can pull it out and make jam with it. So, and meat sales are starting to pick up at the farmer's market. Yes, Roy, it seems like they are. When Tracy was here the other day, and you can see on that video, an aerial applicator was spraying south of us here, one of the pastures, and he was coming over the top of the tree line, but he made sure he would turn before he didn't even go across our property. So I did put us on the drift watch, which I didn't know that was even an option, but I did get us put on there. And Roy, crazy enough, they're more concerned. There's such a concern for the bees right now that the lady that I spoke to with KDA that manages that section for Kansas for Driftwatch, because Driftwatch is a non-for-profit and it's in most states can sign up for a Driftwatch. She said the bees were the most important, that I needed to just put my bees and then just put that it was a specialty farm. And so that's what I did. And she said that was the most important because the concern of the bees right now. But she did tell me that Driftwatch is all that Driftwatch does is gives me more support if I get sprayed again and I go and it has to go to court. It just gives me more that, hey, I told you I was here. It was your job to check and see. And because it's voluntary for those spray companies to check Driftwatch before they spray in the area to see if anybody's marked. But she said bees are such endangered animals right now that she said the majority of the spray companies do check Driftwatch, and they're very concerned about the bees because the bees are you know, they're on the downtrend, and it is being found that the sprays are affecting the bees. And so they're more careful around bees because of the harm that all the different sprays do to the bees, whether it's fungicide, herbicide, or a, I lost it, pesticide. That was the other side I needed to find, you know, that the bees are so susceptible to all three of those kinds of sprays that they're being super careful. And I imagine that the guy that sprayed us was that sprayed the other day, applicated the other day, south of us. He probably was with the same company, or hired by the same company that we accidentally got sprayed with before. So I'm sure that they're being extra careful because they don't want to get another hit, you know. And it's disheartening in a way, but it's been nice. I've been so busy with everything else that I haven't been able, I don't know what I'd have done having the gardens too, but Gary would have been home more to help me. So I just seem like I can't keep up anyway, the way it is. But I'm really struggling with my ADD. I'm getting sidetracked super easy, as you guys can tell when you're with me on lives. And so I'm having to make lists so that when I do, am I buffering a lot, Roy? Let me move up here out of the trees. Maybe it's because I'm out, not getting in the line of the radio tower. Anyway, so I think I'm going to get off here and get in the house and get my jams made and my yogurt made. Good morning, Elijah. Elijah, you got your own channel. Dude, why are you not Gabriel today? But anyway, I'm going to get off here. You're just in time, Elijah, for me to say goodbye. I'm going to get off here, get in the house, and get my stuff done. Thanks for watching, y'all. God bless.